Dear students, I am Kapu Sravanti, lecturer in ACE, Government Polytechnic for Women, Warangal, Telangana. Today, the topic of my presentation is series and shunt type ohm meters. In the last class, you have learnt about principle and construction of rectifier type voltmeter, principle and construction of rectifier type ammeter. On completion of this topic, you would be able to know the construction and principle of series type ohm meter and a shunt type ohm meter. Before going to the details of this topic, I would like to give the background about ohm meter. What is ohm meter? Ohm meter is an instrument used for measuring approximate resistance of a component or a circuit. That means it will give the approximate resistance. Ohm meter is a convenient direct reading device for measurement of resistance. These instruments have low degree of accuracy. The statement regarding accuracy is not intended in an unfavorable sense. There is a wide field of applications for this instrument in determining the approximate value of resistance. Now, coming to the working principle, you can see here there is a ohm meter. It comprises of a needle and two test leads are there. The needle deflection can be controlled with the battery current. Initially, the test leads, that is two test leads of the meter, can be shorted together to calculate the resistance of an electrical circuit, which means for every type of electrical circuit, that means to test the electrical resistance, we have to short the two test leads, then only it is possible to calculate the resistance first initially. This is the condition. So the needle deflection, it can be controlled with the battery current. Instead of measuring both the voltage and current, many instruments keep one of the two quantities constant. Thus, the measurement of the other quantity is nothing but proportional to the value of the resistance. If current is kept constant, a voltmeter reading across the resistance is directly proportional to the value of the resistance. This is the principle of ohm meter. Similarly, if the voltage is kept constant, an ammeter in series will have a deflection proportional to the conductance, but the meter can be calibrated in terms of resistance. So here the basic idea behind the ohm meter is the Ohm's law. Ohm's law is equal to, that is V equal to IR. Now coming to the next slide. What does a zero reading on an ohm meter mean? Which means zero reading means what? It indicates 0 ohms when there is no resistance between the test points. So if we connect the test leads, then the resistance between the two test points is 0, then that is nothing but the 0 ohms indicates that there is no resistance, and this shows the continuity of the current flow in a closed circuit. So here resistance is 0 is nothing but what? Here that is current is flowing in the circuit. That means the circuit, it shows the continuity of the current flow in a circuit. That means the current is inversely proportional to the resistance. Hence when the resistance is 0, current is somewhat it shows value, current is high. It indicates infinity when there are no connections in the circuit, that is an open circuit. Suppose if the resistance is equal to infinity, which is nothing but then there is no current in the circuit, that means current is zero. The circuit indicates that the circuit is an open circuit. Now, what type of scale does an ohm meter have? Ohm meters generally contain internal sources of voltage to supply power in taking measurement resistance. An analog ohm meter scale is backwards from that of a voltmeter or ammeter. The moment needle reading zero resistance at full scale and infinite resistance at rest. Here, ohm meters contains the internal sources of voltage to supply power in taking resistance measurement. Ohm meters are used for the resistance measurements. To measure the resistance, generally it consists of the internal source of voltage, that is the battery is inside there, and analog ohm meter scale is backwards. Analog ohm meter is nothing but basically ohm meters are two types, that is based on classification, that is we can classify the ohm meters on two aspects, that is based on construction and based on display. So based on display, ohm meters are analog ohm meters and digital ohm meters. Analog ohm meters, they shows the scale that is backwards from that of a voltmeter or ammeter. That means voltmeter scale is starting from left to right, that is 0 and 5, 10 like that, for example. And ammeter also same like that, is forward. But analog ohmmeter scale is backwards. Backwards means nothing but from, that is reading from right to left. And so that is about the analog ohmmeter scale. The moment needle reading zero resistance at full scale and infinite resistance at rest. That means at the maximum position it shows the zero, and at minimum position it shows infinite resistance. We can say it as extreme left and extreme right. Extreme right side it shows the zero, and extreme left side it shows the infinity. Now coming to the uses of ohm meter. An ohm meter is useful for determining the approximate resistance of circuit components such as heater elements or machine field coils. And the second one, that is measuring and sorting of resistors used in electronic circuits, and it is used for checking the continuity of circuits, and it is also useful for the checking of semiconductor diodes. And it is useful in laboratories as an aid to a precision bridge. For it can help to know the approximate value of resistance, which can save time in balancing the bridge. Now coming to the types of ohm meters. Ohm meters, I have already told, based on construction we have two types of ohm meters: series type ohm meter and shunt type ohm meter. And based on display, ohm meters are analog ohm meters and digital ohm meters. But in our syllabus, only based on construction, series and shunt type are given. Hence, my focus of presentation is only on the series type ohm meter and shunt type ohm meter. Now, let us move on to the details. series type ohmmeter. Here you can see the figure, that is this is the picture of the series type ohmmeter. If you observe this clearly, the scale is, there is a needle and there is a scale. The scale is from extreme right and extreme left. You can see at the extreme left it shows infinity, and at the extreme right it shows a 0. And there is one probe, that is one rotary knob is there. We can adjust the resistance. And next there is two probes are connected. That means two knobs are there to connect the test probes. Now coming to the circuit diagram of series type ohmmeter. Here it is a circuit, that is RM, that is RM is nothing but that is internal resistance or meter resistance, or D/R meter internal resistance, and which is connected in series with R1, and across which the unknown resistance is connected across the terminals A and B, and there is an voltage source, that is battery is connected. Now coming to the legend, that is according to the figure, R1 is equal to the current limiting resistance, and R2 is zero adjustment resistance, and E is equal to the internal battery, and Rm is equal to the internal resistance of the D/R movement, and Rx is equal to the unknown resistances. Now coming to the construction. It consists of D/R movement, you can see in the figure, which is connected in series with a resistance R1, and battery terminals AB, across which the unknown resistance is connected, that is Rx is connected. So here the current through the movement which depends upon the magnitude of the unknown resistance. Keep in mind this point, the current through the meter movement which depends on the magnitude of the unknown resistance. Meter deflection is proportional to the value of the unknown resistance, that is Rx. Now how to calibrate the scale? We can calibrate the scale in three categories, that is case 1 and case 2 and case 3. Coming to the case 1, how to mark the 0 on scale. So here we have already seen the basic circuit of the series type ohmmeter. So now how to calibrate the scale? If the terminals, that is A and B are terminals, are connected together with the resistances R1 and R2, if we short the terminals A and B, the unknown resistance, that means the circuit becomes the short circuit, then maximum current flows in the circuit, the unknown resistor is equal to 0. Here you can see the unknown resistance, that is AB or shorted, and if we short the terminals, the circuit becomes a closed circuit. In the closed circuit the current is flowing, and hence the resistance is equal to 0. Shunt resistance, that is R2 is adjusted to get the full scale current through the movement. Then the current I is equal to the full scale deflection current, that is I is equal to the IFST. The needle drive back to the maximum position on the scale. So the current reading on the full scale is marked as 0 ohms. Now coming to the case 2. To mark infinity on scale. So how to mark the infinity on the scale? So in the first case we have shorted the terminals A and B. Now we have to remove the leads, that is Rx is removed, then AB are open, then the circuit becomes open circuit. In the open circuit there is no current flow, hence that means the current in the circuit drops to 0, and hence the resistance is infinity. Is it clear now? So if A and B terminals are open circuit, no current will flow, the needle will not move, so the zero current reading on the full scale will be marked as infinite to indicate an infinite resistance. That means the movement indicates zero current and marked infinity on the scale. Now how to find out the intermediate values? That is the case 3. So by connecting different known resistances across the terminals AB, we can get the intermediate values. As the current is inversely proportional to the resistance, the scale is marked from infinity to 0 rather than 0 to infinity. Now coming to the scale of series type ohmmeter, here you can clearly see the scale is from extreme right to extreme left, left to right, that is at the extreme left the test leads are open, that is the resistance is equal to the infinity. When the test leads are shorted, AB or shorted, the resistance is equal to 0. Here the R meter, that is mid resistance, that is by connecting the different known resistances we can get the mid value of resistance or intermediate value of resistances. Now coming to the design. How to design the series type ohmmeter? Here it is a mathematical analysis. It may not be asked in the examination point of view, but we have to suppose it may be chances are there, hence I am discussing. So here for the mathematical analysis we are considering the circuit, that is the values of R1 and R2 can be determined from the value of RH, which is the half scale resistance. Here value of Rx, which causes the half scale deflection of the meter. Resistance across the terminals A and B is defined as the half scale position resistance. IFSD is the full scale deflection current, Rm is the internal resistance of the movement, and E is the battery voltage, and RH is the half scale resistance. Here which means to get the values of R1 and R2 we have to find out the values of R1 and R2 are to be calculated, and RH is nothing but a half scale resistance. Rx which causes the half scale deflection of the meter, hence resistance across the terminals A and B is defined as the half scale position resistance. So in the design of a series ohmmeter is the value of Rx which causes the half scale deflection of the meter. At this position the resistance across terminals A and B is defined as the half scale position resistance RH. The design can be approached by recognizing the fact that when RH is connected across the terminals A and B, the meter current reduces to one half of its full scale value, or with Rx is equal to RH, and the meter current, that is Im, is equal to the zero point 0.5 into, that is it becomes half, hence Im is equal to zero point 0.5 into Ifs. Ifs is the current through the meter for the full scale deflection. Ifs or Ifsd, it may be indicated. So Im meter current is equal to the Ifsd. This clearly means that RH is equal to the internal resistance of the ohm meter looking into the terminals A and B. So you can see here the unknown resistance Rx is equal to the internal resistance of the ohm meter. You can see in the figure, that is Rx is equal to the Rm, that is RH is equal to the that you can see here also RH is equal to, that is half scale resistance, which is equal to the meter internal resistance of the ohm meter, that is RH is equal to the Rm. RH is equal to the Rm. So here RH is equal to the R1 plus the total resistance R1 plus R2 and Rm are both are in parallel, hence the parallel combination of R2 and Rm is equal to the R2 into Rm by R2 plus Rm. So say it is this equation as 1. The total resistance presented to the battery, which is equal to the 2 into RH. The unknown resistance is equal to the internal resistance. Therefore, RH equal to the R1 plus R2 into Rm by R2 plus Rm. The battery current needed to supply the half scale deflection, which is equal to the I equal to E by 2RH. That means for half scale deflection, the battery current is equal to the I equal to, according to the Ohm's law, I equal to V by R. Here V is nothing but E, that is the EMF or voltage, E by 2RH. The resistance, that is the total resistance to the battery, that is equal to the 2RH. This is because the total resistance presented to the battery is then 2RH, as Rx is equal to the RH. To produce full scale deflection current, the battery current must be doubled, and therefore IT is equal to the 2 into IH, and substitute the value of IH in this equation, then we can get the E by RH. Say this equation as 3. When the terminals AB are shorted, the full scale deflection current IFSD, that is equal to the meter current, and I2 is equal to the current through the R2, and then the current, the shunt current through the R2 is equal to the I2 is equal to the IT minus IFSD. Say this equation as 4. Now voltage across shunt is the voltage across the meter. Why? Because here the R2 and Rm both are in parallel, so in the parallel circuit voltages are same, hence the voltage across the shunt and voltage across the moment both are equal, hence ESH is equal to the EM. In terms of currents and resistances, if we write I, that is I2 into R2 is equal to the IFSD into RM. So from this, if you write the R2, that is IFSD into RM by I2. So here RM term is missed. So say this equation as 5. Now substitute the equation 4 into 5. We can get R2 is equal to the IFSD into RM by IT minus IFSD. Then substitute the value of, that is IT. Then we can get IFSD into RM, then into RH by E minus IFSD into RH. Say this equation as 6. Solving equation for R1, which gives the R1 equal to the RH minus R2 into RM by R2 plus RM. Say this equation as 7. Where we can get this equation? From the equation 1. So already we have written what we have written, R1 is equal to the RH is equal to the R1 plus we have written in the first. So from that we can get the equation 7. Substituting equation 6 into the equation 7, that is substitute the value of R2, then we can get the equation R1 equal to RH minus IFSD into RM into RH by E. This is the final equation. So R1 and R2 values can be determined. The series application, now coming to the application part. This is a popular instrument and is widely and that is extensively used. So this series type ohmmeter is useful for the very high values of resistances, that is from 1 to 100 kilo ohm it can be used. Now coming to the shunt disadvantages. Disadvantages are, due to the time and age, the battery voltage decreases and the meter fails to show 0 when the terminals AB are shorted. In such cases, R2 is adjusted, bringing the pointer back to 0 on scale. Here, which means when the terminals AB are shorted, when the days are going, that means due to the time and age, the battery voltage which becomes decreases and then the meter is also fail to show 0. In such cases, we can bring the pointer back to 0 by using the R2. That means we can adjust the R2 by using, by using R2 we can get the 0 value on the scale. Hence the name R2 as zero adjustment resistor. Now coming to the shunt type ohmmeter. Why the name shunt? Here the shunt mechanism is there. That means the meter is shunt type ohmmeter circuit. This is a shunt type ohmmeter picture. Needle is there. There is a switch and the voltage source, and which is connected in series with R1, and a meter is connected across which the terminals A and B unknown resistance is connected. This is the basic circuit diagram of the shunt type ohmmeter. Shunt type ohmmeter is used to measure the small values of resistance. In this type of meter movement, mechanism that is connected in parallel to the unknown resistance, that is you can observe here the movement, that is the d orthogonal movement, which is connected in parallel to the unknown resistance. Hence, in the circuit, it is compelled, and also it is compulsory to use a switch. If the switch is not there, then the current will always flow in the movement mechanism. So the name why? Because shunt type of meter, because the meter movement is in parallel with the unknown resistance. Hence, the name given to the instrument is called a shunt type of meter. The switch is here, the switch is provided here, and that is to disconnect the battery when the instrument is not in use. If the switch is not there, then always the current flows through the movement mechanism. Hence, we have always to use the switch. Now, coming to the construction, it consists of a battery. You can see the battery voltage V, and with an adjustable resistor in series with an adjustable resistor R1 and a d orthogonal movement. The switch is provided here to disconnect the battery when the instrument is not in use. The unknown resistance is connected in parallel to the meter, hence the name given to the instrument is called shunt type ohm meter. You can see in the figure, I have already discussed, meter is connected parallel with the unknown resistance. That's why the name shunt type ohm meter. Now coming to the calibration, how to calibrate the scale. Here also we can divide the calibration into three categories, that is case 1 and case 2 and case 3. Case 1. To mark 0 on scale, what happens in this case? When AB terminals, that is just like in the previous case also, in the series type ohm meter also, we have shorted the terminals A and B, that is the unknown terminals are connected, unknown resistance is connected across the terminals A and B. When the terminals AB are shorted, then the circuit becomes the closed circuit. Here we have to uh, keep in mind that here the circuit is closed, but the circuit is you can see in the figure, AB terminals are shorted. So when the AB terminals are closed, the unknown resistance is short circuited. The needle reads 0 because full current flows through the resistor Rx, and I equal to 0 through the meter. That means, therefore, 0 current reading is marked on the scale, that is as 0 ohms. So, in this case, when the terminals AB are shorted, the value of unknown resistance is 0. That means the meter gets here the meter gets bypassed by the short circuit. Hence the entire current flows through the short circuit. No current flows through the meter. So the pointer does not deflect. This pointer position is marked as 0. So once again I am saying, in the first case, how to mark the 0? When the terminals AB are shorted, the circuit becomes the closed circuit. In the closed circuit or the short circuit, the current is there. In the short circuit, there is a closed circuit, the current is flowing. But here, where the current is flowing, that means the meter is there. Before that is the meter gets bypassed by the short circuit. So the entire current flows through the short circuit. Hence, no current flows through the meter. So pointer does not deflect. This pointer position is marked as 0 on the scale. Now coming to the case 2. To mark infinity on the scale. How to mark the infinity on the scale means, as in the case of series type ohmmeter, here also in the case 2, two terminals AB are opened, the value of unknown resistance is infinity. That means the unknown resistance is open circuited, no current flows through the Rx, and full scale current flows through the meter as the resistance R1 is adjusted. So maximum current reading is marked as infinity ohms. Once again I am saying, when the terminals AB are opened, then there is no current. That means the resistance is equal to the infinity. The entire current flowing through the meter. Hence the pointer does not deflects to the maximum. The resistance R1 is adjusted so that the current through the meter gives the full scale deflection, and this pointer is marked as infinity. And now coming to the third case. How to find out the intermediate values? By connecting the different known values of resistances across the terminals A and B, we can get the intermediate values. This is the scale of shunt type ohmmeter. We can see the scale at the extreme right and at the extreme left. At the extreme left, the leads are shorted, and the scale is resistance reading is 0. And at the extreme right, the scale is infinity as the terminals are opened. And this is the R mid is the mid-band resistance or medium resistances. Now coming to the applications. Applications of shunt type ohmmeter. It is suited for the measurement of low resistances, and hence this is used as a test instrument in the laboratory for the special low resistance applications. Now let us summarize our topics. So far we have discussed about construction and principle of series type ohmmeter and shunt type ohmmeter. Coming to the quiz part. In the series type ohmmeter, unknown resistor Rx is equal to 0, then dash current flows in the circuit. A. Maximum, B. Minimum, C. Medium, D. Above all. In series type ohmmeter, the unknown resistor Rx is equal to the 0, and dash current flows in the circuit. That means maximum current flows in the circuit, and that is the answer is A. In the second question is, in series type ohmmeter, the D Arsonval moment connected in series type ohmmeter, the D Arsonval moment connected in the D Arsonval moment connected in dash with a resistance and a battery. A. Shunt, B. Across, C. Series, D. None of the above. In series type ohmmeter, the D Arsonval moment is connected in series with a resistance and a battery. Hence the answer is C. In the third one, The shunt type ohm meter is suited to the measurement of dash. A. Low value of resistors. B. High value of resistors. C. Medium value of resistors. D. None of the above. Shunt type ohm meter is suited to the measurement of low value of resistors. Hence the answer is A. In shunt type ohm meter, when the unknown resistor Rx is equal to 0 ohms, the meter current is dash. A. Maximum. B. Minimum. C. Medium. D. 0. So in shunt type ohm meter, when the unknown resistor is equal to 0, then the meter current becomes also 0. Hence the answer is D. In a series type ohm meter, options are, which of the following options are correct? A. 0 marking is on the left hand side while infinity marking is on the right hand side. B. 0 marking is on the right hand side while infinity marking is on the left hand side. C. Any of the above two markings can be left or right hand side of the scale. D. 0 marking is in the middle of the scale. So in series type ohm meter, you can see the concerned slide. The scale is from at the extreme right side, the 0 marking is there, and at the extreme left hand side, there is a infinity. Hence the answer is B. In a series type of ohm meter, the 0 adjustment should be done by what? By changing the value of series resistance, by changing the value of shunt resistance connected across the meter moment, and C. by changing the both series as well as the shunt resistances, and D. by changing the battery voltage. So in a series type ohm meter, the 0 adjustment should be done by changing the value of shunt resistance connected across the meter moment. Hence the answer is B. The frequently asked questions in the exam, now we can see. One is, explain the construction and principle of series type ohm meter with a neat sketch. And second one, explain the construction of and principle of shunt type ohm meter with a neat sketch. So these two, one of the question, out of these two, one question definitely will come in the exam. So the students keep in mind that this topic when you are reading or preparing to the exam point of view. Okay, I thank you very much for watching and listening, and if you have any queries, feel free to interrupt me. That is, my email id is sravanthi.kapu@gmail.com. sravanthi.kapu@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Signing off, Sravanthi. Goodbye.